Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we'll be looking at the first part of the case study, just the introduction, and I'll also touch on the industry corner so that you appreciate the real life activities or expectations in this particular industry. It's still a very young industry. I think it started shining around 2015. A number of startups started investing in micro mobility businesses. So that is what we'll be looking at. So obviously you are expected to put yourself in the position of a senior manager. And in this case, as a senior manager, you'll be reporting to the board of directors, and you have two roles that you'll be expected to give to the board. You'll be advising on strategic matters and also on special projects. So put yourself in the position of a senior manager. What are the facts about RUNNAROUND company? It's a quoted company, meaning it is listed on a stock market, a stock exchange market. It operates pay-as-you-go hoverboard vehicles. Hoverboards are used by the public in major cities, obviously crowded cities. And RUNNAROUND is based in Zealand, which is a very large and prosperous country with a population of more than 1 billion people. Zealand's major cities have grown rapidly, and it has actually caused twofold problems. That is, one, too much traffic congestion, and obviously pollution resulting from pollution coming from traffic congestion. But there are two problems: there's traffic congestion and also pollution. In Zealand, they use $, which is basically their currency. They are IFRS compliant, and there is an active and well-regulated stock exchange market with total compliance to Zealand Code of Corporate Governance. So then now we'll look at the industry corner. This is what is actually happening out there. So we'll start with the industry truth. The stakeholders have invested more than $5.7 billion startups, that is since 2015, and 85% targeting China. So you can see how attractive China is in micro mobility. And maybe this is why the case study is talking about Zealand, which is prosperous and highly populated of over 1 billion people. So as you look at this case study, do more research on China, what is happening in China, particularly on this particular industry. It has attracted a strong customer base, and just in a few years, startups have amassed over $1 billion in valuations. Maybe we would first have to ask a question. What is driving the expansion of micromobility? One, micromobility takes place in conducive environments. As we move forward, you will see the estimates that Mckinsey has actually done on this particular market, then to give an understanding why even their projections are not touching South America, for example, Africa, and I'll also give my own reasons why they are modeling market expectations of this particular young industry is not focusing on South America and Africa. It's faster than car-based trips in many situations. Users often like the freedom of being in the fresh air traveling. Users often say the freedom puts a smile on their face while avoiding traffic jams. Micromobility is perceived as intuitive mobility by design. It's easy and relating to pass through traffic. It's really quite simple, very simple. You just stand on a hoverboard. And maybe the thing is, we'll have to do a bit of some research to check which age group is being targeted. So on the industry corner, look at even the profitability. An e-scooter, we are saying, is economical after 4 months. So let's look at the revenue and expense estimate. This is not me who did the modeling, it's Mckinsey. So I'm using the numbers as is. So you can see the key revenue is about $3.65, and the profit per ride is about $0.7. What are the key revenues? Fee of $0.15 per ride, minute for an average ride duration of 18 minutes. It goes to 2.65 million. Then we have the fixed fee of 1 million. So meaning 2.65 plus 1 million takes you to revenue of $3.65. Not million, sorry, dollars for 18 minutes. What are the key expenses? City permit fees. You have to go to your council, city council. Obviously, you have to get all these fees and all that. Credit card fees, insurance, repair, customer support. Then charging includes cost of pickup, return of scooter to and from charging station. So when you put all these costs together, it takes you to about $2.95, giving you a profit margin of $0.7. Let's look at the break-even point. For vehicle acquisition, cost of $400 and a utilization rate of 5 rides a day. So these scooters would actually cost about $400. But obviously much cheaper than running a taxi business, where you have to buy these vehicles at slightly expensive, not slightly, at a higher price, maybe about $40,000 per unit per car. So this is an emerging business, doing fine in Europe, America, and most certainly in China. So this is what Mckinsey have done, Mckinsey consulting firm. They have modeled the market. They are actually looking at the best case. What are their projections by 2030? Is that 200 to 300 billion in the United States. That is what they are forecasting. This business will be about 300 billion, 2 to 300 billion dollars. In Europe, to be about, I think, from between 100 to 150 billion. China, 30 to 50 billion. But that doesn't mean that China, in terms of the activities, they will be much lower than in Europe and the United States. No, it's based on the pricing, unique pricing per kilometer. So I think the main differences across regions stem from unique pricing per kilometer, strategies when comparing today's micro mobility businesses. Maybe the question is, while Mckinsey have put a blind eye on Africa, part of Asia like in India, South America, the point is here. micromobility takes place in conducive environments. Obviously, you need to have a very strong and beautiful road infrastructure, and not just roads where the motor vehicles are passing. You need specifically for this type of a business where they can find their pathways and meander through to their respective destinations. So obviously in Africa it could be in different cities where at least the infrastructure, road infrastructure is good. So we expect this market to start growing, but it might take a bit of time to spread in other major cities until the road infrastructure is actually nicely done or built, or the governments, respective governments, have to start investing in those areas, or even companies that are in this industry can start having these PPP arrangements with the government, partnerships, and build infrastructure that would support their business model. So this is just a visual of how this market is actually going to be by 2030. Thank you. So the next video will be on a detailed analysis of the following: RUNNAROUND's vision, mission, and values, and board of directors. But maybe this particular video that will come in, I might just restrict it to those that would have formally enrolled in this course. There is my email address there and my phone number. You can check me up in most of these social media platforms. Thank you so much, and see you next time.